Hey, what's up guys? It's Sebastian Castillo here. Today, the topic of the video is going to be awareness of opportunities. And this is probably going to be the most important video I've made to date on really how to get on the path to your goals and achieve what you want, right? Why do I say awareness of opportunities? So if you're watching this, you're probably younger, you're probably at least kind of familiar with digital marketing and online business and stuff like this, right? That's primarily what I'm focused on. And so here's the thing. Here's what my journey was like, okay? I learned about online business like years and years ago, but I just didn't really understand how people were making money with it and all the different ways that you could make money with it, right? When I first learned about SMMA, a social media marketing agency, for example, through like Tai Lopez and them, I just thought to myself, okay, how the hell are, 18, 19, 20-year-olds approaching businesses and charging upwards of $2,000 a month to manage social media for them? Because I can't imagine that they're all actually able to generate a return on investment for their clients, be it chiropractors or whatever, acupuncturists, restaurants, whatever, right? Like, I'll bet you anything. I mean, I remember when I was that age, I didn't know shit about shit. I still don't know a lot, right? I admit that. But I just can't imagine that someone that young is able to really drive home results. I mean, it's possible. There are guys and young girls who are able to do it and whatnot, right? But I just thought to myself, okay, so if I go and approach a business and do this, and I don't make them an RO, at least earn back the amount of money that they invested with me, then what do, right? Am I just gonna return it to them or what, right? And I just couldn't really wrap my head around it. And of course, I didn't even know like the mechanics of it. How do you run Facebook ads and Instagram ads effectively so that you can start bringing clients in or bringing money in, right? And so I struggled for a really long time to figure out like a business model that works, right? And I even took a $2,000 program that was pretty ambiguous, but it was run by two guys that I kind of trust, right? Who definitely know their stuff. And they said, okay, we're gonna teach you how to build a client business, and we're gonna help you get your first 3 clients and all this stuff. And I just thought, okay, great, this is exactly what I need, right? But then, so I joined this group and they had their weekly live calls and everything. But I was stuck. I was like, okay, well, what service am I gonna offer here? What am I gonna do? Like, people were offering, now that I look back on it, now that I'm aware of what these things are actually called, I can tell that, okay, basically they're teaching people how to do a social media marketing agency for different niches, right? Be it property managers, be it financial advisors, be it trucking companies and whatnot, right? And then they also had people in there doing SEO, people doing email marketing. Some pretty big names in that group now that I think about it, right? But I mean, in the little niche Twitter online business area. But I was stumped. I just didn't know what they're saying. Oh, you have to pick a niche. Like, how am I supposed to pick a niche if I don't even know like what I can offer here, right? And then after a long time, I finally figured out, okay, well, it looks like email marketing is one of the more beginner-friendly business models. So I started learning email marketing. I took a course for that, and didn't really work out because, like most courses, they teach you a lot of the mechanics, but one of the things that they neglect, and this is the most important part if you're a beginner, is how to actually get clients, right? And no one really, it seems like, and this is kind of a rant, I don't want to make this too long, but on the one hand, a lot of people seem to say, oh yeah, I can help you get clients, I know how to get clients. And on the other hand, a lot of people still have problems getting clients. It's probably the #1 most important piece of the puzzle, especially when you're starting out. How do you get clients, right? And so far, after doing a bunch of research, it looks like the answer is that it differs for everyone. Some methods are going to work better for others than for you, okay? And it also depends on what service you're offering, right? And what niche you're offering it in, okay? So that will determine what channel would be best. Maybe it's sending DMs on Instagram. Maybe it's sending DMs on Twitter, cold email, cold calling, whatever, right? One of those is gonna work better than the others for you. That's just the way it is. But going back to the main point of this video, awareness of opportunity. If I could go back now in time, like 6 years, knowing what I know now, I would probably be a multi-millionaire by now, because at the time, I just wasn't aware of these things. I just didn't know how these things worked. I didn't know that, I mean, I could kind of, I just couldn't wrap my head around the idea that, oh, okay, to get clients at the very beginning, when you have no social proof, no connections, and no experience really, you just have to do cold outreach, right? If you know someone in person, right, if you're so blessed and lucky that you know someone in person who is already well ahead and they run an e-commerce store or they run a chiropractor business or something like that, and you tell them that you would like to help them run ads or run their emails or do their SEO or something, and they give you a shot at it, then you consider yourself massively blessed. I didn't have that. You know, one of the guys that I took this email marketing course from, he got connected with Brandon Carter when he was like 17 or something like that, right? And for those of you who don't know, you can just look him up. Brandon Carter, King Keto, is one of the, if not the number one, no, I wouldn't say number one, but one of the top online fitness coaches in the world, right? And he's pretty well known in this space. So knowing what he knows and having those connections, like this guy basically got on the fast track, right? He didn't really, I don't know if he even needed to do any cold outreach after getting connected with a guy like Brandon Carter, but you know, apparently Brandon Carter put him on, he introduced him to a client or something like that, and then there you go. He got some experience right there, he got his foot in the door, and then I'm not gonna say it was smooth sailing from there, because I don't know, again, exactly what happened, but it's obviously a huge leg up if you can get a connection like that, right? So awareness of opportunity is everything, because right now, if you knew the right business model, or if you are aware of a couple of different business models that you could do online, because again, that's what we're focused on here, and then you were aware of exactly what channels work best for outreach, what kind of scripts work best for outreach, and you were of course aware of how to effectively deliver the service, then you could be making money today. You could be making money in a week, right? It's that quick. For example, I'll give you in 2020, I reference this a lot. It was around May, June, when, again, I was on the prowl. I was looking for opportunities. And I was on the Good Looking Loser forum, and this guy named Gravy, or Gravy Train or whatever, was posting about how he's making 5 figures a month cleaning rain gutters and pressure washing houses. And I thought, okay, well, this sounds like something I could actually do. It wouldn't be so convoluted and ambiguous as digital marketing. And so I reached out to the guy on Facebook, got connected, asked him like about his course and whatnot, and I got in. I was one of 10 people who were in his mentorship program. And I said before, it's some of the best money I've ever spent in my life on a program, because I was making money within like 2 weeks of getting in. And afterwards, I started really doing way better than I had ever done, really. I was happy as a clam. I was making money on my own terms. I would work like 3 or 4 hours a day, sometimes a lot more, but still, it felt great to, you know, get a job done well and then get paid mostly in cash at the end of the day. And none of that would have happened if I wasn't aware of the fact that, wow, people will pay you $150, $200, $300 to clean their rain gutters. People will pay you hundreds of dollars to pressure wash their driveway, to pressure wash their house. I had no idea that was a thing. But once I became aware of it, and once I got my ducks in a row, and I got my equipment together, and I understood how to do marketing for that, which is pretty simple. I just got on Yelp and ran ads. I knocked on doors a little bit, but I got 2 sales, which is decent. But again, awareness of the opportunity. So step 0 in this whole equation is to get out there, on the internet, and really search hard for different business models. Look at what other people are doing. Get on Twitter. This is probably my #1 piece of advice. Get on Twitter, start connecting with other people doing online business of all sorts. People who are doing TikTok agencies, people who are writing SEO content, people who are doing email marketing, either for coaches or for ecom, people who are teaching others how to grow on Instagram or Twitter or other platforms, right? There are a lot of different business models that you can do out there, right? And so this is a huge step ahead from where I used to be, where I didn't even know how the hell to make money online, except for maybe blogging. But I'm not gonna say blogging is dead, but it's definitely not the same as it was 10 years ago, which I would say were probably the golden years, where pretty much anyone could just throw up articles on anything and start ranking and then sell their ebooks or coaching or whatever, right? Although don't quote me on this. Again, I didn't really know much at that time. And so at the end of the day, I just want you to know, you just have to become aware of the opportunities that are out there. And once you find, some of them are gonna speak to you more than others, right? There's another one that I discovered recently, which is kind of in the same vein as this cleaning business, right? Instead of doing exterior cleaning, interior cleaning. You hire people and you connect them with homeowners who want their houses cleaned, and you can manage the whole thing remotely. You can be in a different country and be managing cleaners in a city somewhere else, right? It's crazy, but that works. It's crazy, right? So there are a lot of possibilities out here. But of course, again, before this video gets too long, some of these businesses will require more capital up front to start, obviously, but some of them won't. Some of them you can start with less than $500, okay? Even if you live in a third world country, you can probably scrape together $500 and get started with this, You can pay for some connects on Upwork, so that you can send out more proposals and eventually connect with someone. You can buy a domain on Google Domains, warm it up using Warm Up Inbox or some other kind of email warm-up software. Just Google it so that your emails won't go to spam. And you can buy a list of leads in a certain niche, realtors, property managers, trucking companies, whatever. Start emailing them, start telling them, hey, or just ask a simple question, right? Do you want some help ranking your website on the first page of Google? Do you want to earn more revenue through your emails, or whatever, right? Those probably aren't even good scripts, but just something. Doing something is better than doing nothing, right? Or you could even do what I did, which was back in March. I was doing pretty decent with writing work, but I figured I want to make even more money and have more skills. So I said, okay, I'm going to find a mentor who can teach me sales and also connect me with awesome opportunities. And it's been really good so far, right? That cost quite a bit of money, about $4,000, but I definitely don't regret it, because now this guy is basically going to help me for life, right? And he's not only teaching me the skill set of sales, but he's also connecting me with a whole bunch of other people who are equally as ambitious or more, and are making a fuck ton of money, like a lot of money, right? So you could do that as well. But I just want you guys to really internalize that, right? You're really just a couple of steps away from wherever you want to be. You just have to go out there, become more aware of what's available, take the tips I've shared in this video, and you should be well on your way. Take care, guys.